I'm bringing this up right now. This was just brought to my attention. There's a gentleman from the 1800s that did channeling, more or less for medical purposes, I believe it was. He had understood about the Akashic Records, something that I don't believe I've been able to see personally. Right down to the nitty-gritty here. He had spoken about the Akashic Records, that not only are they of people's thoughts, people's, layman's terms, my way of speaking, not only are they people's thoughts, spoken words, when they come here to this planet, when we are birthed here, what our plans are, what we plan to do while we're here, but we also have free will, so we can choose to do something different than what is pre-written for us. So it can actually be changed from what you see. My perception on that is hence why there's multiple levels being merged right now. There's also what we would call our fantasy. Is also part of our Akashic Records. So not only are you reading what people's thoughts are, what people speak, what people's pre-written past, present, and future, but you're also putting in there the fantasy. And he had spoken, unless you are really good at reading Akashic Records, that it could confuse you on a person and more or less mistake or misjudge, or whatever terminology is best used by the person that's speaking at that time. And this is just how my brain works. Sometimes I swear things might be just for me to digest and figure out. Things race so fast sometimes for me. I had an aha moment, so I got out as much as I could, as fast as I could. By the time I got to the phone to do this recording. But I have a theory, and if anybody watches this, I would love to hear their thoughts on this. Because I'm seeing a lot of it happening around me. Not only are we, some of us literally watching the pages flip in front of us from one level to the next level and going back and forth. There's more of us this is happening to than many of us believe, I think, now, which is beautiful because I'm not crazy. Dimension jumping, I guess you call it. Time travel, some people call it. Well, time travel, I guess, would be in a different category. There's a point I have to this. Oh, yes. There's some people that have learned to not judging. So I'm not judging on this. There's two different categories on this. There's people who know what they're doing, people who don't know what they're doing. When it comes to attaching themselves to others, kind of like, oh, I like what she's got, I want what she has. I'll attach myself to that and gain it. Or swap. I'm not putting no energy into it. I'm sorry I'm even speaking it. But spiritually, I believe it has happened on one of these timelines. Because there's things that, at least what I'm going through, I don't personally recall and seen myself done this stuff. But I know personally people have. It's strange when you can say, I've watched somebody change in 3 different ways while being with them for a day. Or one day they say this, that, and the other, and then the next day it's like, no, that's not how I feel, that's not what I believe, or and so forth. Talking to a group last night really opened my eyes to some things. Not a fan of electronics personally, never have been. Always told myself I wasn't gonna participate in it. I didn't think that was part of my journey. I need to start sticking to my truth more and avoid these electronics. But kind of as a quick note, I'm using this right now. Lots of love, lots of peace. Send forth through this. Not even speaking on anything more. I know I need to get off this. All right. Love you lots. Have a beautiful, bright day.